Hello and thank you for watching my video. This is one of the videos looking at the PvP builds that are available in Guild Wars 2 for 2015. Just to say, this is one of the builds that of the profession, the Thief. It isn't a perfect build. I found Thief extremely difficult and challenging to play, and still do. It is a pretty focused build. For a lot of people, it's not the greatest build. It's focused a lot on the conditions rather than on the damage. And to be honest, you know, even though I've won over 200 ranked arena matches with the Thief, I still don't feel confident, and I don't feel fantastic playing the Thief. I'm by far nowhere near the best Thief out there. I did manage to get into a group. I think I won around 20 matches when I was group PvPing. Because we had a very good comp setup, and I was a Thief that would, particularly for Legacy of Foe Fire, would go far, and was able to take out, you know, the person on far, and also the Lord a lot of the time. So let me talk to you about this build. So let's start off with the weapons. The main part of the build, we have the dagger pistol. The pistol dagger formation. So as we see here, there's the pistol. And lovely Heroes Mistforged dagger. And if we go through the buttons, the main attack, you have bleed your shot with the foe. It's the top tab we're looking at, and it basically every shot you do, it causes bleeding. However, if you look at the bottom section, it says sneak attack, and this is pretty much what a lot of the build is built on. So as you can see here, we have bleed shot, that vital shot. That's your first attack. But if we stealth, it changes and becomes sneak attack, and that's when you do the majority of your damage. And that's what a lot of this build is built on. But we're going to come back to that a little bit later. We've got body shot, which is a crucial immobilize, as well as vulnerability. We have dual wield, which actually, when you wield that, you cause torment onto your opponents, as well as shadow stepping further back and shooting them. It's a nice little combo there. Dancing dagger for cripple is a relatively unused one for myself. But then we have this one, the cloak and dagger. So you stab your foe and vanish in stealth, leaving them vulnerable. So you can use this in combination, and I'm going to go through a little bit the combinations later. If we switch over, we have, for the opposite, we have dagger pistol. So we have a few different attacks that you can, chain attacks. We have the typical heart seeker, which is generally used to finish them. We have dual wield, which is to cause blindness. We have the headshot. Again, it's to sort of daze your opponent, and then if you're wanting to escape, fire a black powder shot, and then combine with number 2, skill 2, to stealth yourself. So that's how those sort of the weapon skills work. We're going to move over sort of towards some of the bosses, and I'll show you how sort of the build works. You can see the heal skill is actually the stealth version of the excuse me, the heal skill. There's different builds for different ways the Thief runs. I like having that. Although, you know, if you're playing Conquest, it can be a bit tricky when you're trying to cap a point and you heal. You do lose the ability to obviously cap the point. And as a player, I enjoy being able to hold a point, and it's why I found stealth and sort of the Mesmer and the Thief very tricky, because a lot of their gameplay relies on not holding points, but sort of evasion and, you know, sort of keeping your opponent off balance. We have Shadow Step, which allows you to a bit of quicker movement, but it also, if you go back to your starting area, you can cure 3 conditions. So you can just do a quick one there and then dodge back, and there's 3 conditions removed. We have the Venoms, which I'm going to talk about a bit later, and Shadow Refuge. I'm sure most people know about it. It's a big escape. It gives you a lot of stealth. And part of my traits, I'm actually acquiring Might while in stealth. So let's talk about our build. We have here the dagger pistol. So this is our main combination. The pistol dagger. So we're going to go over here first. We have the Sigil of Ice. Chill is a very effective, particularly against elementalists that run a dagger build, but it just increases that cooldown of the opponent's weapons. So 30% chance on hit. We also have Sigil of Corruption. So the more kills you get your damage. Your Condis are getting more and more efficient. On the other set, we have the Sigil of Doom. So every time we swap, we have the chance to get inflict poison, and also to regain our endurance, allowing us to dodge a little bit more. We've got the Rune of the Crate. So we're getting more condition damage and increased bleeding duration. Obviously, the bleeding duration works well with the vital shots. And we also had so it's a significant bleeding duration, and when you use your elite skill, which in this case is Basilisk Venom, you inflict bleeding, torment, and poison to nearby foes. We have Carrion Amulet, sorry, again going for the condition damage. So this is a very condition focused build rather than a sort of power build, and it's just a way. I tried the dual pistol sort of build, and I've tried a few different builds. I found this one the easiest personally to use. If we go have a look at the traits, we've got 20606. We have stealing inflicts poison, which is pretty effective. Deal damage and gain life when stealing. So when you steal, you inflict poison and you gain life. And then we go down into the Shadow Arts traits line. Use Blinding Powder when your health reaches a certain threshold. So when it gets down to 25%, you automatically stealth. You remove conditions while in stealth as well, every 3 seconds, so it's quite handy there. Stealth skills last longer, so that's an extra second for these stealth skills. Gaining initiative, obviously that's pretty important. Gain might when you enter stealth. And regenerate health while in stealth. So this is built in a lot of, upon stealth. I could have taken Venom's. I could have gone with Venomous Aura, because obviously I have multiple different sort of venoms. Because I did look at doing a Venom type build, but completely giving venoms to sort of my party members. But I just didn't find it worked that well. I didn't actually look at. Could we have gone for something else? Venom's grant might. Okay, yeah, but I like the fact you gain life when you steal, and the fact you actually do damage. If we look at the skill sets, well, I've got actually 2 in here. Was there anything else that we could go for? Not really. Perhaps deception. Reduce the recharge on Shadow Refuge. Maybe. Stealing grants you stealth. I don't really need that, to be honest, because I've got a lot of stealth anyway. I don't use a short bow, and I could, that's a quite good. If you're doing a venom build, leeching venoms is a very good one to use. And I don't feel I use enough initiative to need more regeneration of that. So there's a few different options you can go for. As I said, I don't think this build is completely perfect, but I found it. If you want to. If you're really not sure about how to play Thief, I think this is a very good starting point, particularly for PvP, because you do a very good burst damage, and I think the majority of people, if you manage to get the first initial burst, you can get them down to 50% pretty quickly, pretty easily as well. And then if we go into our final trait line, we have for the Trickery trait line, condition damage and steel recharge. We've got caltrops when you dodge, so obviously as a thief I dodge quite a lot. Was there anything else that we could have gone for? Stealth yourself and target when reviving an ally, potentially. But you only get 3 seconds of invisibility. Increase the range of stealing. I don't think I need that. And I didn't feel apart. Leaving caltrops. I like the fact you dodge, you can cripple and bleed someone. Remember, obviously, we've got Rune of the Crate, increases bleeding. Stealing gives you initiative, and we get increased initiative, so an extra 3 there. For this, we get Bountiful Theft, so stealing grants me and nearby allies Vigor, and I rip boons from my target, so it's pretty handy. I didn't think there was anything else that was necessary. Perhaps maybe Ricochet, you know, pistol shots, but I normally 1v1 rather than in a group. So you increase damage per initiative, so I've got quite a lot of initiative at the moment. Stealing applies confusion. Again, when you're stealing, you've got this significant confusion damage going on. I don't think there's anything else that we'd like to go with. So let's have a look. Let's try and let's take on an enemy. Who have we got? We've got. Let's go with the chieftain. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to pop my. This is all your bursters. Let me see if I can get the combat up. And what I'm going to do for combat, I'm going to do outgoing. So I've got the outgoing damage, the outgoing mitigated damage, the outgoing buff damage. That's all I really need to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop the venom. We're going to do the basilisk venom. So let's go in. I'm going to just show you what we're going to do. We're actually going to do a little combo of, we're going to press skill 5, then we're going to press R1 at the same time. So here we go. We've gone in, and there we go. We got kicked by the spawn here. So we're going to dodge back using the stealth, the R1 we stole from him, so we get a special skill for Thief. That was on this time's stealth. We're going to stealth again. If you notice the pistol shot, we're firing off those pistol shots. You can see the condition damage that we're doing on him. We're going to try and stealth again using skill 5, because we stab him and we vanish into stealth. And there we go. It's as easy as that. Not really any difficulty. He did kick us a little bit, but it's the combo you do. You do skill 5 and R1 at the same time, so that you stagger and slice. So you manage to stealth as you go in, and you're causing confusion. You've stealth, and you get those bleeds off as well. So that's pretty good. What we're going to do, I didn't even use a weapon swap either, so we're going to just do it on Savannah this time. So we go in, we've done that little combo, we come back out using skill 3. We're immobilizing him so he can't do his charge rush on us. I've stabbed him, stealth again, and getting those bleeds up on him. It's all very, very easy. You're trying to evade him, so we've stealthed again using our heal skill. I'm not even using Shadow Refuge, and here we go. We're bleeding him down, getting those Condis down. And again, if you noticed, I went under 25%, so my one of my traits popped because I'm in stealth now because of the blinding feathers. But he was taken down. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is a good guide for you guys. You can see how quickly you can take a boss down. What we're going to do, I might try and use some different weapons this time, wait for them to respawn. I will try and weapon swap for you guys so that you can see what the other combination does. It's not as effective for this build, I have to be honest, but I find it the best out of the two, out of other builds. So here we go, we got our venoms up. Obviously you notice that he actually turns to stone. That's the basilisk. We've popped back using skill 3. We've got our F1, which is our steal skill. We've stealthed, getting those bleeds down, and we pop, come away. And now I'm going to swap. Okay, so now I'm going in. I'm using skill 1. Try and pop skill 4 on 5 to blind him using Heartseeker. And if you notice in the combat log, you can see the damage that I'm causing him. All the Condis are in purple, and the major condition damage there. So I'm hoping that this is a valuable guide for you guys. If you're new to Thief, if you're unsure of how best to play him, I found this build works okay. It's not fantastic. There are better thieves out there, but generally, if you're going up against one-on-one, for example, against elementalists or against people that struggle to take out conditions, it is very useful. I hope this has been of any use to people. Feel free to leave any comments, any suggestions you have. I'm always open to sort of criticism or suggestions, and I'll catch you on the next video.
I'm